guys, how you doing? Come on in, howdy. Come on in Libby's Kentucky Kitchen. Let's make us a big pot of chili tonight. It is cold outside, been cold. Got up this morning and the pond was froze over, it was so cold. So we're making some chili. And I went ahead and got it started a little bit, got it together. In this pot, I have just some, let me see if I can get you over here so you can see. Just some ground beef that I'm browning, and I'm getting ready to break that up. Oh, y'all about to fall over. So make sure y'all can see. So I'm just going to kind of break that up. Now, it don't have to be done real good because we're going to put it in our pot and cook it more. But I want to get it broke up in here some, and I want to season it a little bit before I put it in there. So to break it up, I mean, you know, everybody knows how to brown ground beef. You just chunk it up as big or as small as you like. We're going to have us some chili tonight. I've been wanting chili. It's been cold and nasty. I've been wanting chili, so that's what I'm going to have. And I got this, my shallow pot here out. I don't know if you can see it. It's a good sized pot. We actually fry fish in it. And I got that out so I can maybe put it over here and you guys can see it a little bit better. So as soon as all the pink is gone out of the meat, and it don't have to be 100% all of it gone, but some of it. So we're going to throw a little season on this real quick. I'm going to start with some onion powder. And we're going to season more so it doesn't have to be a whole lot. Just a little shake on the top of it for right now. Just a couple little shakes. I mean, I'm not really putting even probably a quarter of a teaspoon on it. Just barely enough to put a little bit of season on the meat. And I'm going to use my smoky paprika. So that was onion, Lowry's seasoned salt, and Lowry's lemon pepper. And I got to use my smoky paprika. It gives such a great flavor. It comes out really slow. Hard to get out. And I get this one at Aldi's, Spice Island, smoked paprika. It's really good. And then this is hamburger seasoning by McCormick. It's really good. It's got a great flavor. So I always, anytime I'm doing hamburger in any way, it don't matter if I'm doing sloppy joes or spaghetti or whatever, I always put some of this hamburger seasoning. And then of course we've got our chili powder. And I'll measure this one for you guys so you'll know kind of about how much I put in. I'm going to start with, this is a teaspoon. Let's see. That looks like it might be okay just to start. Now, we'll put more in once it gets over there. But I like the, let's see, where's this? Bloomer's chili powder. So I'll put this in, plus the powdered. And I know it's going to sound kind of odd, so I'm going to go ahead and start putting stuff in this pot over here, and I'm going to stick that right in that pot. I know it sounds odd, but I don't put tomato products in my chili. And everybody looks at me like I'm crazy. And they're like, then it wouldn't be chili, it would be soup. But mine is chili, and it tastes like chili. It just doesn't have the tomato base like everybody thinks chili has. Mine doesn't. I don't do tomatoes well. So now we are going to just put our meat over in here. And we're not draining it before we put it in there, because we want that grease, and mine was super lean. It was ground chuck, 90, no, 90-10 maybe, something like that. So there's really not a lot in here, but we're going to use that to brown our, to sweat our onions and stuff. So what I've got over here is already chopped up. I have celery, green pepper, an onion, and some garlic. So we will start with the onion and green pepper. And I am not a fan of green pepper. I did put a whole one, and that was just one medium onion. I put a whole green pepper, but I chop it super, super, super fine because I do not want to taste. I like the taste of it in there, but I don't want the actual chunks. I don't like chunks of green peppers. And we're going to wait to put the garlic in. We're not going to put it in yet because we don't want it to burn. We just want to sweat these down a little bit. And then see that fine that gets at the bottom of the pan? When you do this and you sweat this down, then it the onions and peppers and all that, it gets all that off of there. So let me bring it over here so you can see what this looks like. Ooh, I don't want to drop it. Okay, yeah, I think you can see right there. So it's just the onions, the peppers, and the celery. And these don't have to be completely translucent, but I do want them to get some of that flavor. Let's see if I'm going to have to get me a new holder for my phone. That one's not working out well. And then, while that's doing, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put more chili powder, because when you put your spices, your seasonings in, when your pan is hot, it makes those spices bloom and open up, and you get more out of it. You get a lot better flavor if you let those spices. So that was another teaspoon and a half of chili powder. And I'm sorry if this is too loud. And then I'm going to put a little more onion powder because I like my onion powder in there. And so in this pan over here, we have the meat and the little tub of bloomers. We're going to start with a little bit of stock, so because we don't want anything to stick. I'm going to put about a half a thing of beef stock, just regular old beef stock. And I'm going to try to turn this down a little bit, alright. So this stuff in here is almost done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my garlic in now. And I want you to look at here what I forgot. Mushrooms. I got mushrooms. I got to go in there too. Oh, a couple of those is kind of big. I better break them up, hadn't I? And I don't usually put mushrooms in my chili. That's not something I normally do. But I had these in the refrigerator and they was getting ready to go bad. Yeah, well, they weren't going to go bad. They've been in there for a couple of days. And I don't want them to go bad. I want to use them up. So, and I debated, am I going to make beef stew with vegetables? Or am I going to do chili? And so I decided chili. So guess what? Chili it is. And we just want to cook this just until you start smelling that garlic a little bit. And Now, in this pot over here, we got the beef and the little tub. So what we're going to start with is I got just a regular old can of mild chili beans. This is the Walmart brand. You can do any kind. It don't matter. And so, and then you throw the whole can in the tub. You just dump that out. And then these are light red kidney beans. I like the different beans in there. They, one, they're a lot of protein. And no, I don't drain mine. I put the juice and all. And I think I'm going to need another can because this is going to be a pretty good sized pot. So I just put the whole thing in there. I know a lot of people drain theirs, and you know, if that's what you want to do, that's all good, but I don't. Well, you know what? I say I don't. Sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. So, now we're going to rinse our cans, because we don't want to lose all that good stuff. And I'm going to put some stock in there, some beef stock. And I'm just going to go back and forth, just like that. Okay, and now we're going to put a can of refried beans. I like my chili thick, and this makes it thick. If you don't like your chili thick, then don't put it. But I like my chili really thick. You know, I mean, I want some juice, but I like mine thick. So, we're going to put a can of refried beans in here. And I know right now it don't look like much, but it's going to be really, really good when we get it done. It's going to be so good. And oh, I've been wanting chili. I haven't had chili in a while. And I used to never be a fan of chili, but... And then you make a mess in the kitchen and spill your stock everywhere. Okay, where's my towel? I just spilled a little bit, but I want to get it up off my cutting board. Alright. I think I need a garbage bowl. Forgot to get that out. Alright, so now we got all that stuff in. We got chili beans, 2 cans of kidney beans, refried beans. We got the bloomers, tub, and the meat is what we have in here right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to move this over here so you guys can see it better. And then I'm going to put this right down in there just like that. And look at here. I cooked in this one to show you guys I do have something other than cast iron. Isn't that funny? I like my cast iron. What can I say? So now we're going to give all this a good old stir. And it's going to be a big, nice pot of chili. And I can tell already I'm going to need more liquid because this has got to cook for a while. It's got to cook down a little bit. And we do put pasta in our chili. So we're going to need more moisture for that pasta to absorb. But I want this to come up to a boil. It's got to be a good hard boil before you can do that. So I'm going to finish off my beef broth here. And then I think I'm still going to need even more. Yes, I am. Because, again, like I said, that pasta is going to soak it up. So hold on. Alright, so, and this is just about a half a container. So we're going to put that in. And then if I need any more, what I'll do is I will put water the rest of the way. Okay. Now, once this comes to a boil, just come bring you over here so y'all can see this. So y'all can see what's going on. Alright, can you see that? And this right here, that's that chunk of the bloomers that hasn't broke all the way up. It'll continue to break up. See, there's some kind of big chunks of meat. And if I decide I want those smaller, then I'll break them up smaller. But most of it's broke up pretty good. Those mushrooms look kind of silly in there, actually. But it'll be all right. At least they're going to get eat, right? Let's see if I can fix you guys. All right. Is that better? Yeah. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. Now I can see y'all. All right, so to this point, we have not put any salt or any pepper. So now is when I do salt and pepper. Now this is going to be a big pot, so it's going to need some salt. This is kosher salt. And so I'm going to do about there's a 3-finger pinch, and that's not going to be enough, so I'm going to do another 3-finger pinch. All right. And we'll try that, and if that ain't enough, then we'll do more. Now, I know a lot of people put cayenne and chili flakes and jalapenos and all that. I'm not a spicy. I don't like things real spicy. I do like some black pepper, and I like some white pepper sometimes, but I don't like things real spicy. So we're going to grind in about maybe a 1/2 to 1/4 of a teaspoon of just regular old black pepper. I think mine is, I don't know if you can see that or not. It's like a combination of black and green and white. And that's kind of what I use. And that's looking good, good, good. So, now that it's starting to boil, what we're going to do is get us out some pasta. I should already have that out. You know, you get on here and you think, oh, I'm ready. I'm ready. But guess what? You're seldomly ever ready. So, we're just going to use, I usually just use elbow macaroni. Sometimes I use spaghetti and break that up. But today we're having elbow macaroni. So now I'm going to put in, this is a big pot. So that's about a 1/2 cup right there. That's 1 cup. That's about 1.5 cups. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's going to be plenty. That's going to be plenty of pasta. Because I don't want to overwhelm it with pasta. I want the actual chili to shine. So we're going to put that away. And so here it is, guys. Now this just needs to simmer. You know, once it comes to a boil, and it has, we're going to turn this down on about medium. And we're just going to let it simmer. And then I'm going to taste it. You know what? Matter of fact, I can do that right now. Let me taste it. And see if we have enough spice in it. Oh, see, I can tell already the bean taste is a little strong, but it's got just a tiny bit of a kick after, but we need more salt for sure. I think this time I'm going to use this pink Himalayan. They actually do taste different, the different kinds of salt. I don't know if you've ever tried them. But they do taste a little different. So we're going to do that. It's got plenty of heat, but I think it does need a little more chili powder. So we're going to put more chili powder in. That's another, say, 1.5 teaspoons. And then I want a little more of this smoky paprika and some more onion powder, and that should do it. And this is going to stay on here, and it's going to just do a low simmer for however much time you got, because everything in here is already cooked. The longer you let it cook, the better it's going to be. And you know, chili's always better the next day. So I'm going to put about maybe a teaspoon, or yeah, around a teaspoon of onion powder in there. But you can taste the garlic, you can taste the chili, you can taste, you know, that chili powder is a unique flavor of its own. And now we're coming together. So now we just let it simmer for about an hour, 2 hours, however much time you've got. So can you guys see that? It's got all those good beans in there. I see there's still that chunk of the bloomers that hasn't completely dissolved. So that's what we're having for supper tonight. A big old pot of chili. I think every person has their own recipe for a pot of chili, but this one just happens to be mine. I don't normally put the mushrooms, but tonight we're having mushrooms because I needed to cook mushrooms. So that's what we're having, is mushrooms and our chili. And it's hot in this kitchen right now. So let's simmer for an hour and eat it up. You guys have a blessed day. Thank y'all for coming in my kitchen.